Hi, today we are going to conduct interview for our project and we are from group 22. So the first question is Malaysia a developing country?
Personally, I think that Malaysia is not considered as a developing country in the aspect of education because according to the academic ranking of top university, we are around 401, but in QS ranking we are 65. So QS ranking is something that from many others aspect, like maybe international students or co-curriculum performance. So I think QS ranking is not that accurate for academic performance. So in education part, I think that it is lack of great opportunity for us to develop our country. So I think that Malaysia is not a developing country in aspect of education because as what I know lah, the PISA exam for those Form 4, Form 5 students, our Malaysia students is just score around, only 1% of them is considered as top scorer in mathematics. Compared to Singapore, they have around 40 to 50%, which is the top scorer of PISA exam. PISA exam is an exam of science and mathematics. So this is one of the proof evidence that show that Malaysia is not a developing country in education's part.
Is Malaysia a developing country?
In my opinion, Malaysia is a developing country. There are some factors that contribute to this developing status. The first reason is because Malaysia do not have sufficient infrastructures and technologies such as transportation, energy, and research organizations. This inhibits the economic growth of Malaysia and lower the productivity of Malaysia. On the other hand, for the aspect of healthcare, apparently Malaysia still imported in a lot of medical facilities and medical personnel from other countries. This showing that Malaysia still facing challenges in maintaining the living standards of its citizens.
Hi, Sir Leon. I have a question for you. Do you think Malaysia is a developing country?
Yes, Malaysia is still in its development stage. For example, in the technology sectors, we are still receiving many technologies from overseas countries. And we need to improve our industrial revolutions in terms of artificial intelligence technologies. For example, in medical healthcare sectors as well as education. Yeah.
Tanusha, I have a question for you. Do you think Malaysia is a developing country?
Okay, in my opinion, I think Malaysia is not a developing country because the first reason is we look at the economic wise. We don't have much work opportunities out there. For example, the students that just graduated are really struggling to get a job out there. And some of them didn't even study what they wanted and they're working in other fields. And I feel like this creates some unfair in between them. And apart from that, I think the management for the natural disaster is also not well in our country because if natural disaster happens here, then they will take some actions to actually reduce it or to overcome that. For example, flood. If some places in Malaysia affected by flood, then the management or the government will take some action to clean the sea or doing some activities to actually reduce the flood effects of the flood. Apart from that, we can also look at the education system. In rural areas, I think in rural areas there's no school, there's no physical school, and it's very hard for them to find an education system for them to actually grow up. And by actually doing this, because of this, they didn't get some information about the world, and I think they're lacking of that.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next question is, how do you think that scientific advancement has benefited Malaysia?
In the aspect of health, I think that if scientific advancement will help Malaysia to improve health facilities and vaccines, all those. For example, now it's just happens that COVID-19, even now it's still having the COVID-19. If Malaysia has more advanced in scientific aspects, we can improve our health facilities and then so that reduce the age rate and the sickness rate. And from the aspect of maybe better trains, transportations, like in Beijing they have fast trains which is around 300 km whatever. So we can save a lot of time and money because time is money.
Okay, so how do you think that scientific advancements have benefited Malaysia?
Okay, so undoubtedly, scientific advancement indeed brings a lot of benefits for Malaysia. The first, scientific advancements leads to the innovation of new technologies, and this helps in the development of new industry in Malaysia. Thus, the productivity of Malaysia increased. Besides that, scientific advancement also increase the agricultural productivities in Malaysia by enhancing the crop skills and improving the food quality in Malaysia. This also helps in the economic growth of Malaysia.
Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss our findings on the topic developing countries. Do you guys know that actually scientists all around the world have contributed a lot towards the developing countries?
Oh yeah, I recently saw some news regarding the education system being improved by scientists. In order for students to learn more effectively, scientists have conducted various researches to study the best teaching methods for certain countries. This research involves getting different groups of students and convey the same message to them through different methods. So for example, through experiments, school trips, visual aids, or through tests and exams. The best method will then be applied to the school system in the respective countries. Apart from that, scientists have also put in effort to build more modern technologies and machines so that the learning environment can be more conducive for the students so that they can learn more comfortably and efficiently.
Oh, okay. Now that you mentioned that, I've also found scientific contribution of water treatment, which known as SODIS, stands for solar disinfectant. These methods involve filling 0.3 to 2 liter water in plastic bottles with low turbidity water and shake them hardly to oxygenate them. Then the water bottle is left on the roof for sunbathing, and the combined effect of UV-induced DNA alteration, thermal inactivation, and photo-oxidative destruction will inactivate the organism and diseases carrying pathogens. This water treatment method has been popularized in the community-based organization, Kenya Water for Health Organization. Over 250,000 people are reached by trained promoters using social marketing to disseminate knowledge about SODIs. Research-based information is given out by promoters to potential users, especially when users are skeptical toward SODIs.
I also saw on the news that scientists have been contributing much in the safety issues. For example, scientists have carried out researches on gene modification, and they have modified genes of crops such as soy and rice to increase the food supply in developing countries. This has helped to alleviate the hunger in developing countries and also increase the nutritious content in the crops to make sure that the citizens get enough nutrition. Furthermore, scientists are also regularly taking out the tests to identify whether there is microorganisms that are very harmful for our health. This can make sure that we will not contact with the foodborne diseases in the developing countries.
Great to know that. I also found that scientists have also initiated the production of more efficient energy source. The main idea of this initiation is to lower the cost of energy to prevent the shortage of energy support for citizens who have the financial issue. Through this way, their living condition can be improved drastically. Another idea from this initiation is to produce more energy in a shorter time. For example, Thailand has limited the use of fossil fuel and rely on the green energy. They rely on 25% of the hydropower and 24% of solar energy, whereas in Malaysia, the most used energy source are wind power, the solar power, and the bioenergy.
Not to forget the contribution of the scientists during the rise of COVID-19. They have created vaccines. COVID-19 vaccines help our bodies develop immunity to the virus that causes COVID-19 without us having to get the illness. Other than that, they have also created effective filters for face masks. A series of layers of fabric makes more place for virus particles to stick instead of going out into the air. Lastly, they have produced sanitizers and hand wash that can kill bacteria effectively. Sanitizers that contain at least 70% alcohol can quickly reduce the number of germs in many situations.
Oh, that's good to know that the scientists have actually contributed lots for our country and those developing countries. So I guess that's the end of our discussion.